imagine, Mike, the first and the last of its kind, because those are always the most collectible coins ever. Yes. And we're gonna get into the details of what that means, but take a good look. This is the first time ever that ANACS has offered a full color core of the world's most collected bullion coin. It's the first date of issue, it's a limited edition, and we are so excited to offer this. It's the biggest release of the year, and not only is this coin only $89.95, the bonuses that you're receiving today are more than the price of this incredibly collectible coin. So you're gonna be getting not only the coin, which I'm gonna have Mike get into, but I really wanted to elaborate because you are getting the collectible box to be able to display your coin. Welcome in. This is a $25 purchase. If you go to hsn.com, you can buy them separately if you want to display coins, but it's $25 included. And then this.
The grading certificate. A
$76 value in a grading certificate from ANACS. This is gonna give you a chance to grade up to 4 coins, correct?
Yep, 4 coins, $76 value, $25 here, $101 in bonus.
Nice.
$101 in bonuses on an $89 item. Now, the fact of the matter is that's what we do kind of every year here. We've done that New Year's Eve day for every year
15
for
years more?
Decades.
Yeah.
You know, decades at this point is what we've done on this day. Same price as last year, even though silver's up fairly substantially, about 10 or 12%. The Mint raised their price of proof silver eagles 20% this year. We've kept our price. We've kept the bonuses exactly the same, but we've added even more things, which is why this will be the earliest sellout of our annual Silver Eagle that we have had in years and years and years. And there's several reasons for that. First of all, everybody's familiar with the ANACS grading that we've done. We've never done a colored core for ANACS. You know, different cores and collectible cores are very, very popular, very, very important in collecting. Nobody has ever done one in ANACS other than us. This is ours exclusively. This is debuting with this coin. Of course, we have first day of issue. That's what this day is all about for the Silver Eagle. They're absolutely perfectly certified, Mint State 70, perfect. It has the very cool year of 2020, like you said, last year of the decade, but from a collecting standpoint, a lot of people like to collect specific dates, 1919, 2020, you know, 2000, 1900. They're very specific dates, and 2020 is a very cool date from that standpoint. But the big thing here, as big as us keeping everything status quo, is the fact that this coin is the last of its line. It is now a legacy coin. It is now a transition coin. The United States government, in their quest to stay kind of on top of things, to always be changing, to bring new and exciting things to the marketplace, has decided that they are going to retire the design of the American Silver Eagle after 35 years.
Wow, really?
That's right, after 35 years, the design is changing this year, and that is what's driving the incredible interest in this coin, is the fact that it's the last in its line. After 35 years, this is it. This is your opportunity to own the very last heraldic eagle, American Silver Eagle, ever done by the United States government. Now, given that, we could have gone up $10, $15, $20 on the price because the demand has been absolutely intense.
I heard you say that. Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And then the other thing is our edition is like the lowest edition that we have done in this coin, and the reason is because of the demand.
And I want to point that out. 12,299 is the limited edition lot, and we have sold over 9,500 of those, probably close to more like 10,000 at this point. So we literally are down to the wire. If you're tuning in and you've been thinking about this today, don't wait another minute. Think about what's gonna be significant about 2020. Like everything, it's the beginning of a new decade. I love 2020. It's like a year and certainly a decade of clarity and 2020 vision and perfect, you know, vision, but I love that this is such a great collectible for those time stamps. Like you were saying, maybe the birth of a baby.
Yeah, and this is gonna, you know, it's an impressive year, 2020, so it just adds to that. So why not give them an ounce of silver? Why not give them the last of its line? Firsts and last, those bookends, are that incredible collectible thing that's out there. So 1986, and then of course 2020. Now 1986 Mint State 70, the first in the line that you have here, that's gonna absolutely be oh goodness, it's gonna be a $500 to $700 coin. Oof. So to be able to get this coin right here, right now, in Mint State 70, the very last coin, and the thing is most people don't know about it. I wanna talk about that just for a second. What has happened is the demand on this coin has gotten absolutely crazy, And the reason is this. The United States government, you can't buy this coin directly from the United States government ungraded. You have to go through a system what they call authorized purchasers. There's only 12 or 13 of them in the United States. The United States government doesn't make all of the Silver Eagles for the whole year right now. They have a lot of things to do. So they have proof coins, they have congratulations coins, mint sets, proof sets. So they only make X number, and that's what's going into the marketplace. It's already a done deal. Well, demand has been so insane that basically all the early coins are already spoken for. So that's why this first day of issue, that's why first day of release, whether it be first strike, I don't care what the early designation is, early release is so much more desirable this year because those coins are already gone. It's why I had to pull this back. To get 12,299 guaranteed mint state 70, given the way American Silver Eagles grade, we had to buy on order of about 150,000 coins to make sure that we get 12,000. Very difficult to get them graded mint state 70 perfect.
Well, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
That's right. And so what happens is this year we're afraid of allocation. So I ordered 50,000 from this guy. He's going to say I can only give you 30. Well, that gets me under my line of where I want to be so I can guarantee 12,299. So now instead of 150,000 coins, I have to order 200,000 coins.
Oh my gosh.
And so now 200,000 coins creates a shortage in the marketplace, which creates a short edition, which creates a very, very early sellout.
And that's why this is such an exciting moment for all of you who are watching right now. And I want to repeat something because it's important you understand. This is it. This is this show and next show, and meaning next hour, and then that's going to be gone.
Yeah.
There will be no more.
We had two scheduled airings at
later,
8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
It's going to sell it early.
No possible way it's going to get to that.
Absolutely not.
So this is your chance. Well, look at it. There's 12,299. We have 9,600 sold. I'm sure there's hundreds of people on the phone at this point, because what it does is it's all the things that are collectible. The other thing is this $76 grading certificate. I need you to understand. You know, I don't care if you collect ANACS or NGC or PCGS, there is no place on the planet to get a 4-coin free grading certificate with a purchase without prepaying it, except right here, and it's only for this coin for this day.
And that is not something we offer at all. I mean, like a couple of times over the years. That's a $76 value if you're just tuning in, guys. This is included. This is $76. You can get up to 4 coins graded by ANACS, and that's pretty cool. We're giving you the $25 display box. This is a wood box, velvety lined. These two bonuses together tally up to over $100. You are getting this and, the most collectible coin probably ever in our lifetime.
Certainly the most collectible silver coin in the marketplace. There's absolutely 100% no doubt about that. So you get the $101 in bonuses that is not available anyplace else on an $89 item.
Right.
On an $89 item. Now, on top of that, I'm going to put this box over here.
I mean, to me, that makes this coin free.
Yeah, well, free less 20.
Right,
you know,
right.
is ultimately what it comes down to. Then you take the fact that we have never done a colorized core. ANACS, not just us, but ANACS has never done a colorized core. We're debuting it with this coin as well. That alone would make it a superstar in the numismatic world. Now add in the last year of issue. Now you have to understand, the United States government is loath to change the designs on coins. I am oldish, okay, let's just say. The Roosevelt dime, oldish. The Roosevelt dime has never changed in my lifetime. It's been exactly the same since 1946. The Kennedy half dollar has never changed in my lifetime. The Lincoln cent has changed one time in my lifetime. So this is a literally once in a lifetime deal. By law, once they change this design, they can't change it again for 25 years minimum. That's any coin. Wow. So they can only change it every 25 years. So what happens is well, you often say, once in a lifetime. I mean, this is quite literally, certainly for me, once in a lifetime opportunity that they're going to do. Oh, and we're getting questions. So what's the new design going to be? Absolutely, positively no idea.
Well, that's kind of exciting. That makes it even more mysterious.
Here's what the Mint has said. And understand the reason we found this out, there was a big Mint symposium in Philadelphia. They invited really about the 15 or 20 biggest coin dealers, most influential coin dealers in the United States. Of course, we had a seat at the table. And they explained this to us. And they have subsequently put out a little bit of a press release. Not everybody even knows about this transition. But they've said they've got about 6 or 8 designs in-house. They're going to consult some outside artists. They might put it up for a vote or a competition. And they will decide sometime late in 2020 what the new design is going to be. But it is a complete and total redesign of the reverse. It's not just moving some stuff around. It is a new reverse to go with this right here. Yes.
That means this is the last of its kind.
Ever.
Oh.
It's a transition coin then.
That is probably the biggest detail of all to make it the most collectible, most one day valuable, and you are getting it here today at HSN. By the way, free shipping and on a flex. That's the other thing. By collecting coins at HSN, you get to put a flex pay down and get it delivered, and then you've got a month. You can take a look at it, you can inspect it, you can see it in person. But if you don't do it today, you're not gonna have a chance. This is, and not only today, this show, this hour, next hour, it will be stamped sold out. Our Today Special is just one of those things, especially with coins. When it's limited edition, it's limited edition. You can see that number right there. 12,299.
And one of the things we do with ANACS is the coins are individually numbered. Oftentimes we'll do limited editions with, let's say, PCGS. We'll do limited editions with NGC, but it'll be 1 of 5,000. And every coin will say 1 of 5,000. ANACS, we're able to individually number each coin to ensure its place within the limited edition. And then you just take that the American Silver Eagle is such a collectible coin anyway. So difficult to get in mint state 70 condition. Absolutely perfect. As a matter of fact, you know how difficult it is? I don't know if we have this item number ready. Because this is now a closed-end edition, okay, we have a first and we have a last. I put together the complete set of American Silver Eagles in mint state 70 from 1986 to 2020. I think yeah, this one I have in mint state 70, $19,999. Yeah, so it's gone. We sold it out.
And it was a $20,000.
$20,000 item. We had 3, they were gone just instantly. Because they just don't even, you can't even find it. But the point of that is that mint state 70s across that's what they were, complete
look at that.
and total limited edition. That was $20,000. We had 3, and all of them completely sold out because now it's a closed-end edition. But do the math. That's $600 a coin. $89.95, and if you count in the bonuses, it's like $89.95, and we'll throw you a 10, you know, on top of it. So really, that's what we have.
And can you see down below certificate of authenticity? So I mean, this is so exciting. And maybe you're a first-time collector. Maybe, I mean, I had my first day. I'm like, well, I remember, you know.
Well, the Indian head pennies. I remember the Indian head pennies.
I got them for my son.
I remember
who is now 24 years old. And you know what? I love it. I love that it's just got such history. There's so much American history to it, and the fact that they're just going to continue to grow in value, and they date time and time stamp something. We are at almost 10,000.
We're about 10,000.
Okay.
Now understand what happens here. We have one more. We're gonna finish. We have a little bit of time on this presentation.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna do a presentation next hour. That presentation next hour, I believe, is our final scheduled presentation.
Without a doubt.
It will be absolutely sold out. Apparently, we've just got hundreds of people on the phone. But understand, and here is why. Understand, you get the bonus only for this coin, only for this day, right here, right now. You have to understand that. You have to understand. And so this 76, because do the math. So there's 12,000 coins, 4 free coins. That's basically 50,000 coins. At $20 a piece, we're giving away $1 million worth of grading fees. If all of these are redeemed, $1 million worth of grading fees. The box is $25.
That is so true.
Times 12,000, that's $300,000 worth of wood boxes that will go out as bonuses as well. That we're giving. Well, and people say, well, you know, $25. Try to find that anywhere else for $25. I sell thousands if you go to HS. It's a customer pick.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a customer pick.
It's a beautiful wood box. It's velvety lined. It's going to protect your beautiful coin, and you can display it proudly. But you're absolutely right. And that's why today, I mean, the reception, now 10,000 spoken for. We do have hundreds of people on the phones. You know how many we have. It says it right here. It's one of 12,299 coins. And you still have a chance to get one of them. But if you wait, you won't. And then you're gonna kick yourself, and then you're gonna be like, wait. I mean, I don't even know how you could find this later, and if you do, it's gonna be
well, you can, because they'll be in the secondary market.
Secondary market, okay.
So what's gonna happen is you're gonna have coin dealers. So sometimes as you're watching the counter go up, you see 31, 32, 33, then all of a sudden you'll see like 43, 53, 73. Yeah. That's a coin dealer. Because let me explain to you what you do. Everybody grades coins. I grade coins. Coin dealers grade coins. I mean, you know, they have to pay to grade their coins. So they're going, okay, so I'm gonna buy 10 of these. Yep. I get to grade 40 coins, which I'm gonna do anyway. Okay, they're gonna take the box away. Okay, they're gonna give you a bargain at $79.95. They're gonna take the $69, $79 grading. They're gonna take and sell the box for $29.95, and they're gonna make out like bandits on this deal.
What Mike is referring to, if you're curious, if this is a new world to you, is that coin dealers are welcome to buy 100 of these.
Absolutely.
50 of these, 500 of that, whatever. But I just want to talk to you, because as an individual collector, I know it just means so much. I mean, I keep going back to if there's a baby being born in 2020, or if there's a graduation, or if there's just an anniversary, or a big birthday, and you really want to commemorate. This is not just a new year, it's a new decade.
That's right. My brother-in-law went to the Air Force Academy, okay?
Yeah.
One of the traditional gifts for a graduate of the Air Force Academy is a silver eagle, a silver dollar.
Okay.
I mean, that's just one of the things that you give. And you have to understand, there's lots of things that you can give as gifts, but very few of those things literally are generational, that literally will be passed down. You know, when people show me their coins, they generally don't say, these are the coins that I bought. They generally say, these are the coins that my father gave me, my grandfather gave me, my great-grandfather gave me. That's the timeline that you're starting here by purchasing this. And then on top of that, you're getting such an incredible great value. I mean, the fact that it's less than just the bonus, the value of the bonuses, but then you're going to get a coin that is historically significant. The fact that the United States government is changing the American Silver Eagle for the first and only time in its 35-year history, and you are getting the legacy coin. You're getting the transition coin. You're getting the coin that is changing the face of numismatics by being the very last one in its line. And then you know, that is part and parcel of what you're going to buy and what you're going to pass down. The value almost becomes secondary, but I mean, you know, everybody loves a good value.
Well, without a doubt. And if you're just tuning in, what Mike was referring to in terms of this being the first and the last of its kind, because after this coin, the obverse side is going to completely be redesigned. And it has not been redesigned, did you say, Mike, for 35 years?
35,
up until now?
Okay, President Ronald Reagan signed the Liberty Coin Act into law in 1985. They start the production of the American Silver Eagle in 1986. It looked exactly like this. It has looked like this. I've been doing this since the 80s, selling the first year of issue of the American Silver Eagle, and it has looked exactly like this for every single solitary one of those presentations. This design has never changed until now. This is the last in its lineage, the last in its line, the last king. You know, that's right. The king is dead, and then for 2021, long live the king. You know, so we'll have a new American Silver Eagle, but this very, very staid and majestic, what we called heraldic eagle that was designed by John Mercanti, is gone, and it's gone for absolute ever.
Look how
and
pretty
that becomes significantly important from a numismatic, from a collectible, from a historic, from a generational standpoint. Now, as you're watching this right now, we have the counter going there, which is important. Sometimes we just put it up every now and then. But we're critically important at this time in the presentation, because at only $12,299, you have to understand, there are not 12,300.
No, there's not, exactly.
And when it comes back, you know, I'm not going to bring it back with a different color or different. This is gone. So first day of issue Annex is then gone. So what's going to happen? We're in New Year's Eve day. So first day of issue Annex American Silver Eagles for 2020, I will never get to sell in 2020. They will be sold out on the last day of 2019. Okay,
with a few hours to spare.
And so this is the wholesale price. So if you see it again in the market, you know somebody bought it here first, because this is the only place you can get it.
With 12,299 available total ever, you can see we've passed 10,200 and something, but we have over 400 people. With everybody on the phones, we have less than 2,000. And then they're gone. This isn't going to be something you can come tomorrow and find it, or next week or next month. This is it. Mike works so hard to secure the lots that he does get for us.
Well, what am I going to do at 8 o'clock? We got all kinds of cool stuff, actually.
I know this will not be
And the one thing I want to bring up, and like I said, we can see what's happening. I can see the trajectory of the coin. But let's say there's like I said, a rip in the space-time continuum, and we have 100 of these left tomorrow. There won't be, but let's say we did. The certificate goes away.
That's right.
The price goes to $119.95, and we forgot to mention, free shipping and handling.
That's true too.
Now, none of that's going to happen because this is going to sell out, but that's important.
You wouldn't get the box tomorrow either. So again, this is one day only. What a special day this is. Welcome. I'm so glad you're spending part of your New Year's Day Eve with us. There's a couple hours left of this decade, and I'm so excited for all of you. If you're just tuning in, I know we're going to be putting a clock up. We're trying to get this for one more airing next hour, but that will be it. No question, it'll be stamped out.
Even that's a little iffy at this point.
If it is next
it'll
hour,
certainly be an abbreviated presentation.
Exactly.
Right.
So let's start at the beginning as we welcome all of you in. If you're flipping through the channels today, this is such a moment to really, timestamp this very special, part of our lives and the lives of your children and their children and so on, like you were saying.
Yeah, and let's put it into historical perspective. I've been here for a very long time, okay?
Going
almost 2 decades. Almost 2 decades. I'm old. Yeah, so I've been here almost 2 decades. On this day, New Year's Eve day, every one of those years that I have been here, I come on the air and I sell the first day of issue Annex American Silver Eagle. I've had various edition limits over the years. Some as high as 16,000, 18,000, even 20,000 coins in the limited edition that we've had. This year, however, not only is it one of the most desirable American Silver Eagles that has ever been, if not the most desirable American Silver Eagle ever made by the government, because it's the end of an era, but it's also my lowest limited edition because of the demand. It's more difficult normally to get these coins before they're certified, before they're graded. It just requires a phone call from me. But that's not what this is, because they are literally already spoken for. The mint, everybody to some degree underestimated the demand, and I don't know how they did that. It was pretty clear to me that when we have a transition coin like this, when it's the very last in the line, people are going to want to collect that. That is a coin that is going to go into collections. That is a coin that is important. That is a coin that even non-collectors, it's the one that starts collections. It's the one that people might only want to own this particular coin because of its historical, its numismatic, and its collectible significance.
I have a quick question for you, because I know that this is the first of its kind to actually have that full color core.
And that's on top of that. Normally I'd be talking about that a lot. Okay, if it wasn't the end of the design, we'd really be talking about the new colorized core for the Annex coin. That's the way things are going. And of course, Annex has never done it for anybody, not even us, nobody. This year, they're doing it for us. It is exclusive to us, and this coin is the debut on the colorized core for Annex coins that have never been done before. Plus, absolutely mint state 70, individually numbered, first day of issue, all of those additional designators of value. And let's not forget the over $100 in bonuses.
Yes, let's
$76 grading certificate, good to grade any 4 coins that you want to send in.
For free.
And by the way, if you buy 2 of these or 3 of these, you're going to get 2 or 3 of the certificates. Red Oak presentation box. Increasingly important, increasingly something that you absolutely positively have to take into account, because it's a $24.95 value that you're going to have. There it is, customer pick on its own.
On just the box, and that is included. It is after all these years, and this is an annual tradition around this time of the year, I've never seen this price. And I've certainly never seen this coin because it is the first of its kind. It is the last of its kind. It comes graded, encapsulated. It's got the window box for storage. And again, that wonderful certificate for free grading of up to 4 coins. The bonuses are $101. And then we give you the incredible, most collected coin of its kind. And you were saying, Mike, the response to this coin is beyond any other coin in probably, what, 15 years?
I've been doing this since 1986, clearly, you know, that I've been selling the American Silver Eagle. I have never seen a response. I take that back. First year of issue was a pretty big deal, and there was a monstrous response. There was also a monstrous response in the year 2000, if we all remember Y2K and that whole thing. But in modern issue stuff, this is even bigger than the 2000 coin. It might even be bigger than the 86 coin. My memory's a little fuzzy from 35 years ago. You know, when I'm trying to remember what I had for lunch. You know, and so, you know, but in recent memory, there is nothing that even begins to have the significance of this coin because it is the transition. Because all of that happened, understand, 1999 changed the face of numismatics when they started the state quarter program. It added literally tens of millions of collectors. And the annual production of the American Silver Eagle went up about 800%, particularly after 2008. So it has become by far and away the most popularly collected silver coin in the world today. There's absolutely positively no doubt about that. And so this is the end of that era as well.
Even without counting all the people that are on the phones, because I can't see that, but I know there are hundreds, without even knowing how many people are ordering, we have 1,600 left for the rest of today. It's 3:30 in the afternoon on this side of the country. It's 12:30 in California. This is your last chance. And I say, you can either do it now, you can do it next hour with us, or forget it. It's just not going to be an option anymore. I love that you guys are picking this up. The response has been amazing. The free shipping, the little bit that you have to put down, $29.98. You choose the card, all major credit cards, debit card, PayPal, HSN card holders. You can add even another flex pay, but you have a month to be able to see it. And then if you decide for some reason you don't want it, you want to send it back because you just don't think it's really going to be that collectible one day, feel free. But I mean, this is such a special moment.
We have this beautiful close-up picture. Can we go back to that, the first from the obverse side? Because I want to point something out, which is the front of the coin, that you've got the Lady Liberty. That's a great thing. Okay, now as this goes in, wait a second, between the T and the Y there, as we get in close, look at the scratch. See the scratch that's there? See the ding that's down there? This is just a Silver Eagle we took a picture of. Okay? So it's not a Mint State 70. That's the way most silver, that's why this is so important.
What you're getting is a Mint State 70. There's not going to be a dent or a scratch. This is just a nice picture coin that we took out. We took an eagle, we put it out there. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. It's not Mint State 70. This is you're getting a perfect
coin. That's the difference. So you're getting absolutely perfect. That's a really pretty coin. This is a perfect coin.
It's better.
That's the difference. And that's why you get certified coins. And that's why certified coins, like in coin collecting as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? It's condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And Mint State 70, we grade on a 70-point scale. Mint State 70 is perfect. There is no higher grade. That's what every coin tries to attain, and you have that. Of the tens of millions of American Silver Eagles that the United States government is going to make this year, there will be 12,299 that are Annex first day of issue, absolutely perfect. And it is only here that you can get them.
Wouldn't it be cool if somebody got one for each grandchildren or grandchild?
Yes.
All of your grandchildren? What an amazing way to really commemorate the changing of the guards. We're going from the teens into the 2020s. I'm so excited, and I know we're moving on to share with you some other exciting things. A lot of limited quantities. We have some brand new you haven't seen yet all day. We have some only airings coming up shortly, so stay with us as we continue celebrating. But we have a couple things we want to share as we move on.
Now, we've traditionally, every year, also offer, because it's our exclusive, the first day of issue ICG first day